I don't know where it comes from, but even when I was a kid, I heard this story, right? This guy goes ahead and he's performing in a show or in a play, and they tell him, your job is that there's going to be a cannon, you know the story, and you're going to say, hark, who goes there? And he's practicing a whole month. Hark, who goes there? There's going to be a cannon. Boom. And he goes, hark, who goes there? Comes to the play. The whole place fills up, 1,000 people. And he stands in the corner. All of a sudden, the cannon goes boom. And he goes, what the heck is that? This is what happens in TP. We sit and we talk in theory. And we nod our heads. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yes. And as soon as something goes over, what the heck is that? I will not have this in my house. Never. As we black out completely, and we lose that. Right, Maskim? That's what happens. That's why I need to hear it over and over again. Right, and then we start pointing at each other. That's all part of the same thing. And I just had this now with a family from out of town that called us. They trained. I said, this is what we trained for. She brought I'm not doing this. I'll sit Shiva back to 0. Back to Aleph, outcome. It's Aleph, And I said, okay, let's calm down. Hi, my name is Avi Fishoff. You're not going to sit Shiva on your daughter. We have to save her life. You don't have control over the same thing again. And then as soon as they do the next new thing, it's going to be the same thing again. It's hard. I'm not judging you. I couldn't do this either. This stuff is crazy.
Did he tell you?
This stuff is crazy. But that's what happens every time you have a question. You got to start again. That's why what we should do is we have to train. Like, mamish, like any other training, Hatzalah guy. Until you actually come there, I'm sure the first time in the beginning, you can train and train and train and train. You end up by chas v'shalom, a terrible thing. You go crazy. Freeze, Hatzalah, Zaka, all of these things. First responders, you can go meshuggah from that. Of course, it's a training. You have to stay sane. You have to stay strong. You have to be very strong. By the way, strong doesn't mean get out of my house, this is my house. That's weak. Losing yourself and doing something that a week later you're going to look back and realize, I regret doing it, I shouldn't have done it, I made matters worse, is not strength. It's weakness. Strength is saying, hang on, I'm not going to respond to this until tomorrow. Strength is saying, I learned about this. I know what I need to do now. Strength is taking every situation that we will have and realizing that when in 5 years from now, Bezrat Hashem, when your kid is stable and clean and safe and functioning and frum, and you have all of the success that you dreamed for, you're going to look back, you're going to realize what times gave us the biggest health, biggest healing. And you're going to realize it was all the disasters. It was all the crisis. When things are normal, you're happy. Oh, Baruch Hashem, everything's going fine. You can't do tremendous healing to the attachment disorder. You can't really show and prove to the child that I am with you, mamash 100%, and I'm never going to abandon you. All the times that they steal that car, always on a Friday night it gets bashed up, all those crises where all of a sudden you go down to the basement like this father did and he turned on the lights, and I told him, don't go to the basement. Never turn on the lights. After 8 p.m., you just walk around with your eyes closed. Don't open lights and go into rooms, okay? Except your own room. Otherwise, stay out of all the bad stuff. And he freaks out. But all of those crises, when you're trained, tremendous opportunity. Hayos, because vibalt, the medicine is proving acceptance. Ki yadua liyyy, which is pretty much just us. And we understand that that is, so what proves acceptance? When they screw up. When they go to the next level, rock bottom, the next bottom, there is no bottom. The next bottom is another bottom, and another bottom, and another bottom, and another bottom, and mommy and tati are still there, looking at me and saying, give me a hug. And that saves them. Because it goes to the deepest, like I said before. If somebody has in their chest a 3-inch deep knife, if you're just going to sew the top part, there's internal bleeding deep down. But when they mess up and you stick with them, you're taking that needle all the way down into their essence, into their core, another stitch and another stitch, and you'll see the most healing comes from those moments. So the real training is The real black belts are looking forward to it. Because I know that when he's going to steal the car and he's going to drop off the thing and the boy and the girl and the thing and that and the money's going to be gone, I am trained to utilize that as an opportunity to heal my child much more than if nothing happens. It's deep stuff.